Hi everybody. Thanks for watching my video, number one. And last week, for those of you that watched the video last week, I did a short video about, boiling water using a Renogy solar panel system, and had pretty good luck with it and some responses. And on one of the places where I posted it, somebody brought up, what's better, your typical coil element or induction, and how many watts are they using over a certain amount of time? Good question. So today, that's what we're going to do. Okay, so here's my basic Renogy setup. I've got the Rover 60 amp MPP charger controller and the 2000 watt inverter, the new edition. I've got a couple of EW 200 amp hour 12.8 volt lithium iron phosphate batteries, and 8 100 watt panels that are made by Renogy that are mounted outside, of course. Today I've got two different burners. I've got my induction burner here, and I also have the your basic coil element burner that runs off of resistance more than anything and heats up the coil. I have two equal parts of water, two measuring cups at 2 cups apiece at the same temperature, and we're going to use the same pan for both. Okay, so just to get started, we'll go ahead and we'll start with this element first, mainly because we can adjust the wattage on this via the control knob there, potentiometer. We're going to take 2 cups here. Now, I know that the element burner here, it's about 964 watts to run. That's just max there. This is 900 watt setting, also 600 and 1300 watt setting. We're going to go with the 900 watt setting. And we'll just take a look here. I got it set for 900 already. We're going to go ahead and hit start. Okay, so we got everything set up now. 2 cups of water in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set the timer. So we'll go ahead and start the timer. All right, you can see 14 watts just idling according to the Renogy Core 1. And let's go ahead and hit start on this. She's up and running. I've got it set up on the 900 watt setting. Typically the Core 1's a little bit behind. We've got the timer running. We're just going to go till it boils water here. Ain't this fun? So we'll take it out of this. Let's hit that again. There we go. Sometimes you just got to reset it. So 964 watts is what it's pulling right now. We've already got steam coming off the water with the induction burner. It's actually pretty rapid. We're into it for not even a minute. All right. So I can see ripples in the water already. Steam's coming off. Things are moving. Just dropped my timer. My timer. It's happening pretty quickly. Who said it isn't fun to watch water boil, huh? Could do this all day. Okay, so we're into this for about 2 minutes now. Still pulling like a steady, it varies a little bit, but 958 watts now. And she's starting to boil. There's action in there. Let's just wait. We're going to go for the roll here, okay? Ooh, coming in hot. I'll probably bring it up again at the end of the video, but I'll write down some data too. We'll crunch some numbers. We'll figure out how much energy it's using in a certain amount of time per burner here. She's almost there, guys. Almost there. Not quite a rolling boil, but she's definitely setting off, and we're crunching at 3 minutes right now. Still pulling 956 watts, yeah, so 960 watts or so. We may just round it to that. See how she does. And there's some, like, you know, parasitic draw from just operating the system too. There's like 14 watts or something like that. It's kind of continuous with these things plugged in. Okay, so right there, I guess I hit the wrong button when I was recording and didn't finish it out, but it came to a rolling boil at 4 minutes and 17 seconds. All right. You'll just have to trust me on that one. You can see it was pretty close, but let's check out the other burner. Okay, now next for your typical coil resistance type burner. And again, I let the pan cool down, so we're starting out fresh. Pouring in 2 cups of water that was at the same temperature as the other water. And what we'll do is we're just going to crank it on up, and we're going to get the same wattage out of it. All right. So she's on full bore right now. We'll kind of keep an eye on the old meter there. Oh, we forgot to set the timer. We may as well just get that going and start. Yeah, I think we'll be all right with that little time lapse. It's just going to give us a good rough idea. Be good enough for my work anyways. Yeah, see, we're at 981 watts right now, so a few more watts that way. See if I can turn it down a little bit. Okay, right now we're at about just over 2 minutes there. 961 watts is where it kind of fell into average. We're not going to tweak it too much more. I think it's good enough for our purposes. And we're getting some action in there. We've got a little steam rolling around. Nothing too serious, so catch you on the flip-flop. Okay, I think watt for watt, minute for minute. So we're at 960 watts there. That's where it settled out at. We're coming over 4 minutes now. Definitely not to a rolling boil yet, but it's getting there. So I would say right now, of course, the induction burner is just doing better. But let's give it a minute and see what happens. Okay, so far the induction burner is really in it for the win big time. So we're at, well, it says 512 watts. The fans turn on the inverter, and now the wattage is going up and down. I can't quite keep up with what's going on. Over here on the Core 1 monitor, see if we can see that somehow. Anyways, it says 951. It kind of dropped down. No, 961, sorry. And time-wise, we're at 6:48, 6:50, almost 7 minutes. We are not getting to a roll here anytime soon. Okay, so we just crossed over the 8-minute mark with the your standard coil element heater. About 965 watts now. Kind of hard to read, sorry about that. We are still not at a rolling boil, but we're getting close to it. We'll just give her another couple minutes and see where it goes. Okay, look, we've been cruising now at about 11 minutes. The way the burner works, sometimes it cuts off power and just keeps it at this heat. I've noticed that before making coffee. It's bouncing down to 14 watts. I think that's as good as we're going to get. So in saying that, just to get it to the rolling, you know, not even quite a rolling boil here using the same wattage as the induction. The induction takes it hands down, 4 minutes, 17 seconds, something like that. This got to this point somewhere around 8 to 10 minutes. Yeah, I think the writing's on the wall. Induction's the way to go. Now, in saying that, look, this is actually, again, people knock Renogy. I don't really care where it was made or how it was made. I buy what's available. This system works well. It does its job. We've had a few days of like totally cloudy weather here and rain. 54% today. I haven't had a full charge in a few days. We're supposed to have some broken sunshine tomorrow, and I'm hoping it charges all the way up. If not, I'll probably throw a charger on it just to top these batteries off for the next few days. Because I live in Oregon. It's going to start raining again. Anywho, that's it. I'll do some math, and we'll talk again, and we'll wrap the video up. Thanks. Okay, so kind of looking at the basic math, I rounded some numbers up just to make the math simple, but realistically for the induction, 5 minutes to a full boil at 960 watts for 80 watts total. For the resistance coil element, to get it to almost a boil, that's why I have a question mark. I took like 10 minutes at 960 watts for a total of 160 watts used. Kind of how I figure that out is I divided, watts by 60, which is 1 hour. And so I had watts divided by minutes, 960 divided by 60, gave me 16 watts per minute. Then I came down here. I was like, my battery pack equals 400 amp hours or 5120 watts. So for percentage of use, I divided total watts used by 5120. So for induction, I used a total of 1.6%, okay? And then for the element coil burner, I used 3.13%. So, we're pretty much doubling the amount of energy that we use to use something like a typical resistance coil heating element versus an induction stove. The induction stove did really well, actually. As far as my math goes, if somebody thinks I'm wrong, I'm cool with that. I'm just a dude that's learning this stuff. I've been at it for about 4 months now. So let me know what your thoughts are, and definitely go with the induction. Thanks.